Hello, friends. A beautiful quote says, "Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care." Speaks volumes about the importance of empathy in life. In today's session, we are going to discuss about nested if condition. You all might be knowing what is an if condition. Here we are going to talk about nested if condition, which means you are building an if condition within an if condition. When you have multiple criterias where you need to make a decision or trying to find out what is the results for different scenarios, we would be using an if condition. I'm going to show you two different examples. One where we are going to create a grade, we are going to do a grading, and another we are going to create a class based on the compensation of employee. So let's begin with creating grades using a nested if condition. Before we begin, we have to understand one thing, like we have to see the data set, try to understand the criteria which have been given here. Here we have got a criteria like any score which is 90, we have to give a grading of 5. The score is between 80 to let's say score is between 81 to 89, then we are going to give a criteria of grade of A. So if something is 71, then we are going to give a grade of B. Like this, we are going to give different grades for different ranges. So let's begin the nested if condition. Let's start with this one. Before that, I have to tell you one more thing. You're going to learn if nested if condition is the most simplest way today. Most simplest. You might have come across various videos on nested if condition, but please pay attention. Or to make it very, very simple for you. Okay. That is the promise from my side. Right. Now, when I start building these criteria, first one thing you have to remember when you're doing a nested if condition, don't use both greater than operator as well as less than operator. You have to decide that which one you have to use. Either you can use greater than symbol or less than symbol, but don't use both together in a nested if condition. It will become very complex. Now, once you have decided you are going with greater than symbol, start your values with larger. When you use a greater than symbol, use the numbers, the criterias from the descending order. When you're using a less than symbol, use it from ascending order, less numbers to higher numbers. If it is a greater than symbol, higher numbers to less numbers. If it is a less than symbol, less numbers to higher numbers. Be very clear on that. In this case, I have decided to go with greater than symbol, so I'm going to use the higher values. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build one criteria and I'm going to copy paste the criteria multiple times and change the values. Right? Now in this case, first we have to decide how many criteria we need to build. Here we have 7 criteria. Out of 7, we have to build 6, and if it is not matching all those 6, then obviously it goes to the 7th. So you don't need to have 7 different criteria. You have to build 6 criteria and then say if not meeting all this, it is a false statement, which is obviously the last one. Now let's begin this one. Equal to if open bracket select the mark and say greater than, because since we are using greater than, or equal to 90, comma, then we can say it is O grade. These all has to be given, the letters have to be given in double quotes. Right? You have to give it in double quotes, comma. Once you have done comma, from comma you can copy paste till if not equal to. Remember this one. You have to just start with the simple if. Once you given the criteria, just from the comma till if, copy the data, right? And paste it multiple times. How many times? I told you that these are 7 different criterias and we are going to take 6 times, and then if it is not meeting all these 6 criteria, obviously it becomes the 7th criteria, which is false. So this is the second time I'm pasting, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time, and 7th time. Please remember here what I did is I just uh, have given it like this. I just gave it started with if and then I copied till comma. So I have changed it like this. Now once you have done all those things, okay, what you can do is you can close the brackets first. This is the first bracket I'm closing. Second bracket. How do I know how many brackets? Whenever you close it, the respective bracket gets highlighted. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. So seven close brackets, because we have done only open brackets earlier. So we have now completed with the closed brackets. Now once you have done this one, you can just change the criteria, which is 90 is 80 or greater than equal to 80 is A grade, greater than or equal to 70, we are saying B. Now whatever in between, let's say 70 to 80, it will take accordingly, right, when you do this particular thing. Now greater than or equal to 60, it is C grade, greater than or equal to 50, D grade, and 40 is E grade. Then you have 30. In the sense 30 is not there. So what, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50 greater than or equal to 90 is one criteria. So how many criteria we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have to build only 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have built one more which is not required. Okay, so we can just delete that one. Keep it till only this. So if it is not matching any of this criteria, obviously it becomes F. So we have done with the formula, right? We can close the bracket and then you will see the results. Now what is this results? Let's examine the results which we have received. 87 comes between 80 to 90. So what is the grade? It's supposed to be A grade. So is it right? Yes, it is right. Now 42. 42 lies between 40 and 50. Okay, obviously 42 lies between 40 and 2. The minimum, the actual grade for that is E, because it is less than 50. Now let's take randomly one more thing to examine. So 61 lies between 60 to 70, which is C grade. So is it coming as C grade? Yes. So we have done with our if nested if condition, right? Hello friends, in continuation with what we have done with the previous nested if condition example, we are going to see now how we can do a compensation example, right? Now in this case we have different compensation listed for different employees. Now we are going to classify the employees based on their compensation. So someone would be having they would be having a compensation of 45,000. Another maybe less than 30,000. So we are going to classify them according to their compensation given, right? So the criteria for this is already given here. And going by the previous example, we are going to start this nested if condition. Before building any nested if condition, remember one thing which I told you. Please remember that, that is, if you have decided to go with higher values, you have to use the operator greater than symbol. If you are decided to go with lesser values, use the operator less than symbol. You cannot have some, you cannot use, I would not say you should not use. What I'm saying is it will be easy for if you use a greater than symbol and less than symbol. You don't, include both greater than and less than symbol in your if condition. It will make things very complex, right? It makes it very complex. So what we can do right now is we are going to build it again in this criteria equal to if this compensation, if it is, here I'm going to use less than symbol or lesser values. So if this is less than 30,000, then C1 is the criteria class. Once you have done that, you have to count how many criteria: 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, it is 7, so it is n minus 1, which is 6 we have to do. Right. Copy this data 5 more times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Simple if condition, we are doing it as a nested if condition. Simplest way of doing in nested if condition, right? Now we have to close the brackets. Before closing, we have to say that if it is not meeting all this condition, it is straight away we can say it is C7 at this point of time, right? And close bracket with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, before closing, let's change the values. Now less than 30,000, you know it is 6C1. If it is less than 40,000, because we are using less than symbol, less than 40, we can say it is 2. Less than 50,000, we are saying it is 3 based on the criteria. Less than 60,000, we are saying it is C4. Less than 70,000, C5. Less than 80,000, C6. Is not meeting all this condition, it is C7. Very simple way we have done it now. This is how the formula case if there is any error in that. So you don't need to get panic. All you have to do is we have to check whether the data is correct. Now in this case, what did we do? Now we have done less than 30,000. We have given C1. So less than 30,000, C1 is correct. Less than 40,000, we have given C2, which is less than 40,000, which is C2, which is correct. Where are we making this? Now less than 50,000, we don't have less than 50,000. Ideally what we have done is we should have done less than 45,000. So criteria we have taken it wrongly. So let's change it. Nothing to worry. So we just have to say it is 45,000. Okay. And then here we have to bring 50,000 and then keep it as a 60,000 and then say greater than, basically less than 60,000 will come if it's not meeting all these conditions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, so basically it is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So less than 30,000 it is C1. D2 less than 40,000 is C2. Right, D2 less than 45,000, this one is 45 is C3. 50 and then it is less than 55,000. Okay, less than 55,000 we have C5. Okay, and then less than 60,000 we have C6, else it becomes C7. Now the data is correct. So when there is an error, most important thing in handling it is don't get bad. This is the ideal way to tell you this one. So, luckily it has happened. So debugging, okay, error corrections, don't get panic. Now you randomly check this one, 31,000. What is the 31,000? It is C2. The answer is correct. Right? Similarly, randomly pick something here, 47,000. It is C4. 47,000 it is C4. Correct. Another random one, 57,000. It is C6. 57,000. So our examples are, our answers are correct. Right? I hope you have understood the concept. Also, you understood how to correct in case if there is any error in your formula. Right? Thank you very much.